You ready?
Yeah.
You ready for me?
What he do? What he do?
Nah.
What he do? What he do? Hey, what it? Nah, for real. What he do? What he do? You are listening to your #1 crew. This is Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your boy JD, aka Mr. Mike Drop.
This your boy Jay, aka Mr. Rain.
Sound off.
Hey, this is Trey.
Mr. Intellectual Fuck Up, if you will. I was joking.
I was just waiting for it.
I know, right? But y'all, for the first time, we are here to do a live reaction. Well, I wouldn't say live reaction because it already showed, but the same day reaction to a pay-per-view. We have all seen, what is it called? Crown Jewel.
I was about to say, Daddy, you forgot it already?
No, you don't even know what I was about to say. But anyway, what do you guys think of this pay-per-view?
I gotta, my first thought is to give him a hand clap, okay?
You gonna tip your hat?
Because it was better than SummerSlam.
It was.
This was their first good pay-per-view in a very long time.
This is their first good pay-per-view in Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia.
That too.
Because I think the last good pay-per-view that I think was universally accepted as good was Money in the Bank.
I think. Huh? Say that again?
Money in the Bank was like the last good one that WWE had.
Oh, yeah.
That everybody thought was good.
Yeah, but this one, like...
But this is the first Crown Jewel that was good.
Yeah, since the first one.
Even Goldberg looked good. We'll get into that later.
I wouldn't go that far. But I mean, he did a good job, though.
Compared to what his stuff was
compared to his last Crown Jewel match, yes.
I mean, what do you expect from a 50-something-year-old?
54.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, just to start it off, we're not going to talk about the pre-show. Nobody really talks about the pre-show, but we're just going to give a round of applause for the Usos.
You know,
they look pretty good for the bloodline. You know, they set the tone. But let's go into Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali.
Mansoor.
I really thought that that was going to be the end to the streak.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
He's an Undertaker of Saudi Arabia.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad if he lost.
I would have.
Well, you know, the WWE is good for allowing people to lose in their hometown.
They are.
And he's already won, how many Crown Jewels?
This is two.
Yeah, so this is the third one. So he's won 3 straight. So I don't know. In the back of my mind, I was just thinking, like, there's no way they're going to let him win 3 in a row.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you think about the storyline with Mustafa, it makes sense. So. Yeah. And the match was decent.
Yeah, I mean,
bad to say about
and then the fact that, you know, he attacked him afterwards, and then we got a surprise appearance for...
I'm trying to look our boy's name up.
All I know is he won a silver medal in the Olympics for karate.
The Black Samurai is what I'm going to call it. The Black Samurai.
Yo, what was that cartoon called?
Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack. Nah, what was the black one with the fro?
Afro... What was it? It was Afro Samurai.
Yeah, Afro Samurai. There we go.
Say Black Lightning.
No, Black Samurai.
But yeah, man. I mean, hey, I ain't gonna lie though.
Hey,
he got a quick kick.
That kick though.
That kick was
they
quick.
Talking about we ain't seen a kick that fast, and I'm over here like, damn, y'all just I was the black.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you know, he's with the competition,
but
so it don't count.
But the dude, I mean, he did knock somebody out unconscious in the Olympics, so.
Yeah. I mean, with that kick, I can see why. He better have.
Hey, Saudi Arabia, you are the motherland too. Yes. You are the motherland too. You know, you got some black Saudis there, and he Muslim. Okay.
All right.
You stupid.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mansoor, but let's move on to
Queen's
Crown.
Queen's Crown.
Queen's Crown.
You know what?
Shout out to Queen.
Hold on. You know I gotta make light to this. See. What happened was, I wrote an email to WWE.
Yeah,
Look, I wrote an email to WWE, and I told them that if Doudrop won the Queen's Crown, I would never watch Raw ever again. And they love me as a faithful watcher, so here we are. Doudrop did not win.
Okay, so
she didn't even get an entrance. She was just in the ring.
No,
She
did
did
have
get
an
insurance.
insurance.
Did she? Because I didn't. Oh, I must have missed it.
That was your internet.
My internet never went out.
Nah, that was a lag.
No, she had an entrance.
She did.
And you know what? The wrestling, don't get me wrong, they did a decent job.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny because I was laughing because how you pointed out how the whole Queen's Crown tournament, if you add up the time for all the women's matches, came up to like 8 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I texted you. I was like, yeah, it went longer than 8 minutes. But let's talk about that finishing move by Selena Vega, okay?
Just to add on to what Jay said, it went all of 10 minutes.
Okay, 10
Look,
minutes.
I was in the middle of cooking and I was watching the time. I was like, let's see if this is going to be an 8-minute match.
Hey.
And it was 10 minutes.
Hey, they went 10 minutes though. But no, Selena Vega, I mean, she pulled that one out.
Yeah,
that little finishing move that she hit Dewdrop with.
What she called it, the red bomb, the red something bomb, man. You know,
I gotta give her a hand clap.
Yeah,
because for her to hit that on Dewdrop,
hey, Bo,
that was a big.
It almost knocked the poop out of Dewdrop. Okay.
Okay.
I would go that.
But
it was getting a little out of hand over here.
but
I was not expecting Selena Vega.
I'm definitely happy that she won.
Yeah.
She's definitely deserving of having some kind of recognition of winning. Even though, like Jay will always say that winning, like King of the Ring and Queen's Crown, it really doesn't solidify anything, but it's a bragging right. So she needed a bragging right, and I think that's the right bragging right.
It is a bragging right, and she gets to go down in WWE history as the first
Queen's Crown.
Queen's Crown. Which, to me, okay, I'm cool with, but, like, you didn't have... Like, okay, so here's my issue that I have with it, okay?
What's your issue?
You got a lot of big names that weren't involved in this tournament.
Very much so.
Okay? I mean, you didn't have Asuka in it. You didn't
Where
have...
is Asuka?
I don't know where Asuka is.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay, well, even still. I mean, Charlotte didn't defend her title. And I don't understand why Charlotte wasn't a part of the tournament. I mean, because we all know if Charlotte was a part of the tournament, they would have automatically given her the win. So I'm kind of glad that she wasn't.
You know what I noticed though? Charlotte has never been at Crown Jewel.
No.
I don't know if she doesn't like the travel there or something. Because she's never made an appearance. Even for the women's Royal, for the Greatest Royal Rumble. Remember last year they had a women's Greatest Royal Rumble match?
Oh, yeah.
She didn't, because they had the big cup. She wasn't a part of that.
I don't know. I mean, maybe something about it. Maybe she just doesn't want to conform to, you know, their ways because the women have to be covered up and stuff like that.
Yep.
I can respect it both ways. You know, I can respect them for saying, hey, we want to go out here and do it, and this is their custom, and, you know, you guys got to abide by it. So I respect the women that have decided to make that trip and was like, okay, you know what? We'll go ahead and do that. But then also you got to respect the ones that are probably like, you know what? No, that's not fair to me. That's not who I am, and I don't want to do that. So, I mean, I don't know if that's what actually is going down, but either way, you got to, you know, you got to give respect to that.
Yeah.
But I mean, for Selena Vega to win, I just hope that they're looking at throwing her in the women's title picture.
Facts.
Because to me, if you win the Queen's Crown or the King of the Ring, then, you know, that automatically should put you in a title picture somewhere. Yeah. You know, for the men's, whether it's the mid-card or, you know, the main title. Yeah. For the women.
Well, this is the first time for the women, so we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah. You know who Zelina Vega reminds me of? She reminds me of Melina.
Yeah, I can see that.
She reminds me of Melina.
I can see that, yeah.
You know, Melina was one of those ones, she took the back burner. You know, she was, I guess you could kind of say a managerial type with Eminem at first. And then when she parted ways, it took her a minute. It took her a minute to actually get the Divas title. You know what I'm saying? And when she held it.
But when she had it, she held it for a while.
Yeah, and she had a pretty good, successful title run.
Yeah, she had a good Divas title run.
So then, next. Give a round of applause for Xavier Woods, who is now King Woods.
It's a new day.
The king of the ring.
You know, man.
Definitely was.
I was wrong. I was wrong because I was calling Finn.
But you remember when we talked earlier, we said that we was hoping.
Well, I already knew it was going to be Xavier versus Finn.
Yeah, we was hoping that Xavier won.
And I don't know if this is going to play. This probably ain't going to play into it at all. This might be something I noticed. But you noticed at the beginning of the match, when Finn was standing there, he was smiling at Woods. And when he shook his hand, it was like he wasn't really taking him serious like that.
Yeah.
And then Woods put it on him.
Yeah.
I don't know though, because you keep calling for the breakup of New Day, and I keep telling you it ain't gonna happen.
The promo that he did after he won the King of the Ring, JD said it too.
I said it.
That's gonna lead to him. He's gonna get big headed. I can see it. Yeah, it's gonna lead to the breakup.
Yeah.
You've been calling for the breakup for a minute now.
Well, this is...
Then eventually I'm gonna be right.
His tweet about saying, like, how everybody told him he needs to tone it down.
Yeah.
You know, he needs to, you know, pretty much get on board with how everybody else does it. That was also kind of an enlightening thing, meaning, like, I think it's now that he wants to go back doing stuff his own way. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, when he was Consequence Creed and... you know, whatever, when he's come out in the Apollo Creed wear with the fro and stuff, you know, he was a good athlete, but it just wasn't.
I'll be honest, I didn't really care for him until he got with the New Day.
Yeah.
Facts.
Most people did.
Yeah, once he got with the New Day,
that's our point of the group.
I kind of feel like his personality, like how he really is, really got to shine.
Well, you know, they took a whole bunch of people they took 3 members who had potential. Mind you, Kofi Kingston had already been an Intercontinental Champion.
Well, Kofi was the veteran.
Yes.
And he was showing the newer guys in Big E. Because Big E wasn't really a rookie. I mean, he had his time with Dolph Ziggler. And then he split off and he was doing some of the single stuff for a while. But, I mean, he had, a couple of years under his belt.
When Dolph had the championship, Big E had an Intercontinental, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he had something under it, but it was just like they didn't have that oomph to take him to the next level. So what do you do?
Oh, the New Day took off.
Yeah. What do you do?
It didn't work at first, though. Because when you think about the New Day, when they first got together.
When they were doing that whole church thing.
Yeah, and they called it blue and white.
Yeah.
And you kept seeing this dub, and I'm like, they in church, and Big E preaching.
And
I'm
they
just
sliding
like,
across the...
I'm trying to figure out.
It wasn't really hitting first.
I was thinking,
that's why they were smart, because they turned them heel first.
Yeah.
Because everybody was they were trying to do New Day rocks, and everybody was like, New Day sucks.
Yeah.
And all that.
I mean,
it used it.
I was like, damn, this is a Reject Temptations meets James Brown
Well,
type of
remember
group.
when they initially were getting together, people were saying this was supposed to be the next new Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
That's what they kept saying.
Yeah, and I remember when they were all on the podcast, how they said that they wanted to go a whole different direction, because that's like what everybody could see in them, that's what they were going to become, and they didn't really want to go down that road. I mean, that's smart on their
part. Leave that for her business.
Yeah, facts.
Well, hey, it worked. I mean, you got to give props to New Day for what they did. And
I like the fact that all 3 of them can talk, and all 3 of them can, quote unquote, be the lead guy.
Yeah.
At any given time.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I did appreciate, I know this is about to be like a whole New Day celebration right now, but I do like the fact that they reintroduced the Freebird rule, where since with all 3 of them, any two could tag.
When they had the tag
at any time.
Oh yeah,
I did like that Freebird rule.
Yeah,
that actually should be a rule for like. Matter of fact, no, I think it should only be for certain teams to keep it special.
What you mean, like for trios?
Yeah, for trios.
Yeah. I feel like that too, because you think if you had a bloodline, and then that means Roman could tag in with, it just doesn't make sense for everybody. Yeah. Now, if you're a dominant trio like
3B.
Yeah, it would have worked for 3B.
It would have. It would have worked for the League of Nations.
Yeah.
It could work with Hit Row.
Yeah. League of Nations was more than 3 people.
It was 4.
But
that's what I'm saying.
But that's why it could still. Any of the 4.
Yeah, because they keep you guessing. They keep you guessing who you gonna face next. You get what I'm saying? So,
like you said, Hit Row.
Yeah.
Undisputed Era could have definitely done that.
Even going back, it could have worked with Rikishi and Too Cool.
Oh yeah, it could have. Definitely could have.
Yeah, I mean,
I think about Edge and Gangrel.
Yeah, and Christian, the Brood. Yeah, it could have worked so many different factors.
It with Spike.
It could even work for if they actually tried to use it for
the Hardy Boys
Lucha
with
Party.
Lita.
Oh yeah, Lucha Party.
The Hardy Boys with Lita.
The Hardy Boys with Lita.
You reach for that one. You reach for that one.
Oh, so the Hollies and Molly.
Hey, that was a good tag team.
Golly, man, if you think about it, back in the day, man, they had some good groups, man.
I
know we're getting off topic,
but if they would have took what we got now back then,
yeah,
come on, man. But anyway, let's go to the next one. What are we gonna talk about next? What was the next one?
Arcade Bro versus AJ and Omos.
All right.
You know, I thought that old buddy was about to walk out on Randy because you know Randy didn't show up that one day when God damn it, what's his name?
Who, Riddle?
Yeah, remember Randy told Riddle he was on his own when he had to go face Omos.
Oh yeah.
So I thought Riddle was walking out, but when he came out on the camo, boy,
that shit was dope.
Yeah, I was dying when he came out on that camo. I mean, let's be honest. AJ almost is done.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, AJ almost is done.
Yeah.
It's time for AJ to get back into that title picture.
Facts.
And then it's time for Omos to kind of, you know, take what he's learned and build on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's time for him to.
It's time for Omos to put himself in that middle card.
Spread his wings and fly.
Yeah,
he needs to be a dominant
monster. Put him in a feud with Jinder and Shanky or Veer. Which one is it?
Well, they're on SmackDown.
Not all of them.
The only one that's on Raw is Veer.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so you gotta think about it though. Omos can literally run
or T-Bar
the mid-card division right now.
He could
clean house with the mid-card.
Facts.
And then, you know, in a little bit work his way up.
I don't know if he's ready to face Damian Priest yet.
Oh yeah, he need to go ahead and take that title. Bro. That's another thing. The U.S. title. Is Damian Priest hurt?
No. Intercontinental title won't defend it either.
I just think that you know how I'm not going to say that this is exactly what it is, but you know how Saudi Arabia has certain beliefs and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. And then people that kind of, because remember they didn't let Aleister Black come.
Yeah, because of his tattoos.
Yeah, because of his tattoos.
They say Zayn never goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's religion.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say that that's the reason.
Yeah.
But I mean that when I think about Damian Priest, that's the only thing I could think of with the tattoos and the stuff like that.
What about Shinsuke?
Yeah, that's true. Shinsuke didn't go either.
So he's Asian?
Yeah, it's a lot of well, Shinsuke. I think something's about to happen on
Shinsuke about to lose that title.
Yeah, he is. And now, I mean, it could be a possible character change. He could be going back to his old character because
there's a new king in the ring. So
exactly, and the king is now on SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
No, Shinsuke's on Raw.
Oh yeah.
He's on Raw with Rick Boogs.
Oh, that's right. Xavier is on SmackDown now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But back to this tag match. How'd y'all like it?
It was typical.
It was typical. Anything with Randy Orton ends with the exact same thing. I think that's the one match that I really didn't care for.
Well, I think
I like when he began hype when he hit that RKO and he started.
I know. Well, I'm just saying, as soon as AJ got on the back of the ropes to hit the Styles collect, I was like, okay,
the phenomenal forearm.
Yeah, I was like, here comes the RKO. It's predictable,
but I do appreciate the fact that they let Riddle finish it off.
Yeah,
he hit his finisher.
I forgot what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called either.
What is it?
Like, Bro Derek?
Air Bro.
Yeah.
Air Bro.
Because Bro Derek is the neutralizer.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, I mean, I like it. I think I would have liked the tag team a lot more if Randy would have kind of conned him into being a dark type of wrestler.
I would have
still could corrupt him.
I would have liked it more if they pinned Omos.
Facts.
If they would have did that, if Randy would have hit the RKO on Omos and then, you know, Riddle would have finished them off and then they pinned Omos, I would have been down for it.
Yep.
But pinning AJ was just the most obvious thing that was going to happen.
And I think it's where they don't want to make the same mistake that they did with Braun Strowman.
Yeah, but it's different though because you're in the
They made so many mistakes with Braun Strowman.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Right, but one of the biggest things is, like, look who they had beat Braun Strowman.
Everybody.
At first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had the likes of...
Who beat him first?
Sammy.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about when he went solo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about in the Wyatt family. I'm talking about...
You're talking when he shaved his head.
Yeah, like, you got to think when he's a monster, and then, you know, he had the little...
Well, Sammy beat him when he kicked him in his legs and he fell into the...
True.
Standing up. It don't matter. Loss is a loss.
But still, I would expect Roman to be, to be him, to beat Braun or Adam Shearer. I would expect Drew McIntyre, like somebody who's a dominant heavyweight.
Think about it though. I mean, at one point, Big Show lost to Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd got hands though.
Nah, man. Whatever.
He broke his nose for real.
At the end of it, no, he really did break his nose though.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying though. So like, when it comes down to big men, at some point they're gonna have to lose to a smaller guy.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? But like when it comes down to almost,
Oh, what if he loses to Austin Theory? Ew.
because I can see how the breakup's gonna go. You know what I mean? The breakup's gonna go. He's gonna blame AJ for all their losses.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get a couple of matches with Omos versus AJ, and then they go to separate ways.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I'm carrying.
It's gonna be the typical breakup.
Yeah, I'm carrying it.
I'm carrying this.
I would definitely love to see AJ win the title and almost take that shit from him.
When have you ever seen the tag team just decide like, hey, we're splitting and going separate ways? Without somebody turning on somebody.
No, we've seen it. It is just that we haven't.
But it was because of the draft.
No, we've seen it, and it was just
other than the draft.
Yeah, no, we've seen it. It's just like we've seen it happen, but they told us that they decided to go their separate ways. We didn't even see them.
I'm just saying it's very rare that you see like nowadays.
I remember the Iconics lost a match. That's how they had to break up.
Yeah.
It was like old back in the day.
It was back in the day. It wasn't any time recent that I can
my computer's not registering.
Right
like
now.
I'm going all the way back to Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit type. They just decided to go on their solo career path. It's happened before, but not recently. Recently, it's always some turn of the
Talking like it was in the last 5 years or something.
Hey,
what's the next match?
Let's get to the match that actually started the show. The Hell in a Cell. Edge versus Seth Rollins.
All right. You know what grinds my gears and burns my biscuits?
What burns your biscuits?
I need to turn into damn Mr. Biscuit Bird. So
Burnt biscuit?
Mr. Burnt Biscuit. Nah, but for real.
A 40-minute match?
About 45 minutes. That shit was too long.
It was.
Point blank, period.
JD was clocking that thing.
Dude, I'm looking.
It started at 12 and it ended at 12:45 or 12. Yeah, it ended at like 12:47.
Yeah, 12:03.
12:03
to 12:47.
Yeah, it was a 40-something minute match.
Now, I'm counting, and yes, I am counting entrances and stuff like that because he counts. That's part of the whole length. You know what I'm saying? If I got to see you walk down that ramp and walk back up, that's part of it.
Well, not just the intro, the promos that they did.
Exactly.
The whole setup.
So, but even just the match, like, it's just, it comes to a time, and maybe I'm just being, like, trapped in the past.
You are.
Hell in a Cell, if I don't see some blood, I don't see you crashing through that cell. If I don't see some shit break, like, I'm over it.
Honestly,
I didn't want them to go through the cell.
Honestly, I have to agree with you. The cell made no point.
It didn't.
There was no point. Because all they had was a no-holds-barred match.
Yeah, that's pretty much all they had.
The cell is your weapon.
Yeah.
You use it. I'm so sick and tired of seeing 45 weapons underneath the ring during the Hell in a Cell match.
No, I like seeing the weapons, but at the same time, there really was no usage of the cell. Like, there was no.
I want Seth Rollins to have a match like he had with Ambrose. When they got out and then they went to the top of the cell.
Like, we haven't seen anybody break through a cell since Roman busted Brock Lesnar through the Hell in a Cell.
That's true. Yep.
And Brock Lesnar won by technicality.
We didn't even see the Fiend and Seth Rollins break through the cell.
Was it a regular
That was a regular cage match. When he speared him through the cage and then they said that Brock touched first, so he won.
What's the difference?
I know.
Hell in a Cell cage, ain't no difference.
The last couple of Hell in a Cells have ended in disqualification. And no contest.
It is.
It's a cell.
Yeah.
I
get it.
It's a cell.
Do they use it?
I mean, they tried to.
The last person to get on top was exactly who you said. Right. The last person that we saw.
The last person that fell off
was Shane.
Well, I said the last person to get on it was actually Shane.
The last person to fall off.
Yeah.
So.
And I love Shane for
twice because he did it versus Undertaker and KO.
Yeah, I love it though because it's like,
I mean, it's cool, but you know I hope they fix the timing with the airbags, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Please, I can't afford another bike right now.
Hey, if you're going to jump off the cage, just make sure that whoever's timing it to blow up the airbag, you know, they time it right.
Hey,
but they deflated the shit out of this shit fast.
Hey, boy, he was under there like,
yeah.
Hurry up.
But no, I mean, the cell, Hell in a Cell, the cell played no role in this match whatsoever.
You saw them throw each other into the cell maybe a good 6 or 7 times.
But still, even throwing somebody into the cell, yeah, okay, ooh, great, all right. But I mean, this is Seth Rollins and this is Edge we're talking about. I would have expected a lot more usage of the cell from them two, out of everybody.
Let me ask.
A lot more violence.
Yeah. Let me ask.
Seth broke in your house and drank your juice.
Let me ask. Do you think that it's not big enough?
What, the cell?
Yeah, to really, because like I know the steps are in the way for one, right? That limits.
This ain't 2K. This is real life. They can figure it out.
Hey,
no, it's not that.
Get where I'm coming from.
No, it's not that.
Get where I'm coming.
It's the fact that WWE has tried to do extreme stuff in a PG way.
Yeah,
and it doesn't work. You can't do rated R in a PG-13 way. There's no way.
Nah,
like you can't.
Yeah.
So like to me,
I can't say this, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying like
no. I'm just
thinking like
that's like showing us. That's like showing a side boob in a PG-13 movie. Like you're getting close. Like
no, that's like what you're gonna get.
Yeah, like basically.
That's like whenever somebody got to show their ass in a PG movie, but you just see the top of the crack.
Yeah.
But you don't see the whole ass.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly how that is.
Facts.
And it's like, and I did the little thing because I'm thinking of credit cards.
Yeah, they have
pause.
They have sex, and all you see is this part.
Yeah.
But you see the breathing and.
I mean, come on. We had days where we had the live sex show on Monday Night Raw, or was that SmackDown?
It was Raw. Like what they spoke about.
Which they refer to all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Always.
So it just blows my mind that like they try to do this extreme stuff. Like pay-per-views, like I don't know if you heard they canceled TLC, thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me they need to cancel Extreme Rules.
I mean they're doing year one, which is Saturday show on New Year's. I think it's gonna be in New York. It's gonna be in Chicago. Basically, it's supposed to be a big televised event, like almost like a pay-per-view.
Well, it's gonna be a pay-per-view, but they're doing it on the first show of the year.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, cool. I get it. You don't want them to do like big old pay-per-view with TLC and then turn around and have to do this big old.
Well, yeah, they said they canceled because they had too much stuff going on.
Yeah, and they talked, but they remember the point that we made about having 12 pay-per-views a year. They actually spoke about that, and something's telling me that somebody is listening to what we're talking about because literally. It was either PW Insider or Bleacher Report literally put that out with WWE having 12 pay-per-views a year.
Well, we talked about
that is just too much.
With their product that they're putting out, 12 pay-per-views is too watered down.
It is.
And they need to scale back.
Because it makes them force feed feuds.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and then unless it's one that's already continuing, a lot of times it's just one and done feuds.
Like, but you know what's gonna happen though? Even if they do, let's say they do for some reason wise up and scale back to 6 pay-per-views a year, then all we're gonna do is just get the same shit on Raw and SmackDown.
But it kind of increases like a forever feud, and then it's like,
and then you finally get that one pay-per-view that comes up where they settle it.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, I'm kind of cool with that. You know, versus three pay-per-views of the same matches, you know, I'm like, okay.
Well, like Seth Rollins and Edge, they had a pay-per-view, regular match, and then pay-per-view.
Yeah. No, they had 3 pay-per-views.
Nah, the regular match was at New York. It was just, it was a SmackDown.
It was a special show.
Oh,
yeah, it was a special show.
That's right.
Well,
it was 9/11 show.
Speaking of one of those matches, well, not those, but that feud, and then everybody was saying, all right, this is the end. This is the trilogy. This is the end. They're done. They're done.
On the same
show. They're both going to Raw. So we already know it's not the end.
But it looks like they may be branching off to find other people.
I hope so.
But it's gonna run into the same thing because it's gonna run into Survivor Series where they're probably gonna be on the same damn team and they can't trust each other and one is gonna betray the other.
That doesn't mean that it's gonna lead to a continuation of the feud.
Yeah,
no, but they're gonna bring that shit up like they always
don't bring it up.
It's gonna lead to another match. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's gonna lead to another match. All right, well, I guess we'll see. It's gonna lead to what?
Well, one of my favorite moments of the match was Seth hitting the Unprettier.
Oh yeah.
And my favorite match was Edge. The favorite part of the match was Edge hitting the curb stomp.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. I do like that. Hey, I gotta give props. Like Edge,
I like Seth
Edge is
chain on his foot.
Yeah, Edge is a great seller, man. Like, cause that mother looked like a deer caught in headlights. Yeah. When he got kicked, I was like, oh.
But to finish the match with a curb stomp and beating Seth with his own move, to me, was like the perfect.
You don't see a lot of that.
Nah, you don't.
I love that part though. I love using your opponent's finisher. Not all the time, but in special circumstances like this, I'm gonna hit you where
to end the feud. You see quotation because I don't think they're gonna end it, but to end the feud in the way that he did.
He'll come back when somebody has the championship.
He will.
Yeah, we already know that.
Goldberg versus Lashley. Give it to me. I'm looking at you, Jake.
All right, so I'm not gonna go on the rant. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I'm gonna give my honest opinion. My honest opinion is that it was a good match.
It was.
It was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
For Goldberg's last 4 performances, I want to say this was probably by far the best. And we knew that because it was a no-holds-barred match, so he didn't have to wrestle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny, though, because I told on the last show, I said it was going to be 4 spears. So every time Goldberg hit a spear, I would text him and say, that's 1 spear. That's 2 spears. But, I mean, all in all, I have to say that for a filler match, you know, the little storyline that they set up between Goldberg and Bobby Lashley, it was cool. I liked the spear off of the ramp. That was probably the best part of the match.
It was. Like, we definitely said that Hurt Business is going to come out.
Of course.
I knew that was going to happen. Jackhammer.
It was clean.
Hey, but I'm telling you,
almost there. It was
there.
It was almost.
It was clean.
It was clean. It was
For
cleaner than the ones that he's done before.
It was cleaner than last year what he did on well, 2 years ago what he did on The Undertaker.
Yeah.
This was his redemption match in Saudi Arabia.
That's why I said I don't want to come down on him because, you know, I talked a lot of shit about Goldberg. And it sucks, like I said, because at one point I really am a Goldberg fan. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, whenever you get to a certain age, I always say it's time to just hang it up and let it go.
Okay, so this is, you know, don't mean to Paul Heyman on things, but this is about to be a spoiler alert. So, Goldberg really does have a knee injury.
Yeah.
This is his last match until Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So, Goldberg's supposed to be facing probably Big E for the WWE Championship, and Big E is going to retire him.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. That's going to be
the Royal Rumble?
No, I don't. It might be at the Royal Rumble, or he's.
Or do you think they're going to let Goldberg win the Royal Rumble and challenge Big E at WrestleMania? Because that's a WrestleMania match.
I honestly feel like for him to be full strength and 80% healthy, because he's never going to be 100%. Yeah. 80%, they might let him come in 30 at the Royal Rumble, win it, and now, face.
I do have to say,
and the only reason why I
say
say
off topic a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
The only reason why I say this is because Rock and Roman Reigns is not happening this year. It's happening the year when they go to LA.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Now, I was going to say, I do have to say this, okay? I'm excited for this year's Royal Rumble because I feel like this could be the year that we have Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. We have Goldberg in the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. Okay? I mean, we could see John Cena come back for the Royal Rumble.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
You know what I said?
Got Edge.
We're
going to have a lot of...
There's going to be a lot of big names in this year.
I think John Cena going to wear his Peacemaker outfit.
He hasn't said anything for like the last 10 minutes.
And then he goes. So what I was gonna say is they're gonna have a lot of.
Or you gonna show that Hugh can't see me? Oh my bad.
Oh my God. They're gonna have a lot of ruthless aggression members and talent in this Royal Rumble, I feel.
And then could you imagine if they finally got like Batista to come back into the Royal Rumble? I mean, I know.
Hey, I don't mean to throw this out there, but we might.
I don't want too many.
So there's been some talks, right? I was looking at something they were saying about luchadors who got their masks removed or ripped and stuff like that. How would y'all feel about Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, mask versus career?
I mean, if you're talking about retiring Rey Mysterio,
but that would mean that that would mean that Rey would pretty much be saying, Dominic, you're not built.
You're not ready.
You're not built for this business. So if I beat you, you got to retire.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Well, no, because to me that means that if once Rey Mysterio actually gets his mask pulled off, he's done.
Yeah.
Well, he said mask versus career.
No, I know. I get what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that Rey relinquishes his mask to Dominic. and Dominic changes it
and starts wearing it
and wears his own version of the mask.
You've been calling for him getting the mask for a while.
He's getting the mask, but back onto Crown Jewel. Dropping the mic today, boy.
That was a side note.
That was a side note. Yeah, I got happy. It was right there, so I had to get it out.
So back to the Bobby and Goldberg match.
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, for me it was a good 7. I'll give it 7.5.
I was saying the same thing.
I'm glad that it ended outside of the ring because it was a false count anywhere match.
Yeah.
I hate when they do false count anywhere and it still ends in the ring. What's the point of having a stipulation?
Yeah.
So Trey made a statement saying that once you lose the WWE Championship, you lose your superpowers. Part of this thing is, at one point, they're talking about Bobby Lashley hasn't moved. They pan the camera, Bobby Lashley's up walking. So Bobby Lashley is still the almighty because he walked through an off-the-stage spear. He walked away from it.
I was really hoping at the end that Goldberg jumped down off the stage and just speared him one more time so I can get that 4th one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially the way that he, since he did with his son, like that's the ultimate revenge. I beat you. Now I'm going to spare you one more time and walk off.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right. So, what's the next match?
Drew McIntyre versus Big E.
You gonna do a men's championship before the women?
Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll do theirs before the...
So you want in order?
Huh?
So you pretty... Okay.
Put them in order of importance.
If we're going to rate it out of 10...
It was a good match.
Big E! I love you, my dude.
I'm about to give it a 6.
Yeah, man. I love it. It was just too predictable.
Yeah.
It was predictable, but it was still a pretty good match.
I mean, I like the fact that Big E, he got this chip on his shoulder, and it's like, you ain't been in the ring with a dude like me before.
I like the whole when
McIntyre, superpowers. There you go.
God. I mean, I like the whole fact of Big E talking to the title before he got into it. I like the little small things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when Big E was talking to the title and talking about,
you my baby.
You ain't never.
But the great thing is, it seems like only his character could pull like that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I saw Drew McIntyre talking to the belt, I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
He's a psychopath.
Although, actually, I think anybody should have knew they could talk to the belt.
But the match itself, it was just, I don't know. To me, it was just like, it was such a filler match.
Mm-hmm.
Something so that Big E had somebody to fight at Crown Jewel.
Do you think that they did a good job of building up to where you even had a thought that Big E might lose it?
No.
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
I agree.
Because you already know that Drew's leaving to go to SmackDown.
That one accidental Claymore, right? That wasn't enough, right? What would have been enough is the fact that he apologized. What would have been enough is if he didn't. And it was like, I'm facing you. Yeah. I did what had to be done. You know what I'm saying? I wanted, even though Drew's going into a heel environment, I would have loved to see him portray a heel. Go back to his old shit.
But he's a face right now.
I get
That's another reason.
That's why I said he's going to a heel environment.
He's a warrior. He's not a psychopath anymore.
Right. I want to see
because you know what I mean. You got two faces facing off.
Because now he's not going. He's lifting up his sword.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that movie with Mel Gibson? Braveheart.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I'm gonna put these down sooner or later, guys.
Alright, so
it's some Reds, it ain't that bad.
I know, right? That's apple juice.
Who said I wasn't drinking all day? I was just joking. But
now let's talk about
filler match. Yeah.
Let's talk about the women's match, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we got Sasha Banks
versus Big Tom Banks
versus
the EST.
Yeah, and the EST.
Battle of the colorful t-shirts. Who has the best t-shirt, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, you was wrong on that.
I'm giving my hand clap to
It was
Bianca.
a great match.
I'm giving my hand clap to Bianca.
She held Sasha with that one arm.
Nah, when she picked up Becky to suplex her and lost her footing, and Becky started to come down,
and she
lifted her back up, I was like, okay, Bianca.
That's what you're saying.
I was like, yeah, man, Bianca,
My wife
shout out to Bianca. Bianca got it.
My wife says that's the only one that makes me blush whenever she comes on TV. I call bullshit on that, and I say that is false.
I don't care. Bianca got it, man. I want to see
Caleb Preston get on TV.
I want to see Bianca with the belt back.
Her
and Becky 1-on-1.
Yeah.
For the title. is going to be a fantastic match. You know what I'm saying? Because Becky was pulling some moves too, and I was like, oh snap!
So
Becky's officially back.
Yeah, tie-in Becky is going a little sidetrack, but so
we've been going sidetrack this whole episode.
Yes, but it has everything to do with this. But as you see the new move, what did they call it? They call it the Manslam or something.
Yeah.
So Becky actually reached out to The Rock before SummerSlam.
And she could do the rock bottom?
Mm-hmm. She said that she had to end the match quick, and she needed a move that was a quick neutralizer. And she asked The Rock if she could use a version of the rock bottom, and he gave her the witch card. And I love that. Like,
why she ain't called Booker T?
Because one, it's not the bookend.
That's the bookend.
The bookend is an insecurity.
Oh my God.
Okay. Because Big E does it. Okay. But I love how they will reach out to a veteran, like, or a Hall of Famer, and get their permission.
Yeah.
That just shows high class. Yeah, exactly. I remember I was making a big deal, like, why is he doing the stunner? But he actually reached out to Stone Cold and
or
said,
how Triple H gave Seth Rollins permission to use the pedigree.
Passing the torch on. And
which he finally, we didn't mention that, because we haven't seen the pedigree out of Seth Rollins. And
we've seen glimpse that he wanted to hit it, but we never seen him do it successfully.
I know, but it's been, what, over a year now since he did the pedigree, and he finally hit one?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I'm glad that he
because the last time he hit the pedigree was on the Fiend.
Was he
in that Hell in a Cell.
I thought he hit it on Ray.
Nah, he hit it on the Fiend.
He hasn't hit a pedigree in a while.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, so I like the move on Becky. I think it's good for a female to use that kind of caliber of a move as a potential finisher.
No, I didn't like how Becky won the match.
No.
I thought that was a cheap cop-out.
It was a cheap cop-out.
For that caliber of a match that was going so well, because they were putting on the ropes. They were putting on the show.
But that just solidified her heel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she won in true heel fashion.
Yeah,
I just hate to see matches end that way.
You're like,
because it was going so good. Yeah. And I mean, that's a match to me. I wouldn't mind that match going like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
If it were, you know what I'm saying?
Triple threat match.
Yeah.
Not one-on-one.
And I mean, they were going for...
It's all so much that you can do one-on-one in a 40-minute match. Yeah. Triple threat match.
They were in a cell.
You got three signatures and 3 finishers. That's 6 moves.
This ain't 2K. Stop saying that.
It's real life. Where does 2K get it from?
They were going for it, though. They were going for it. They were in it to win it, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Sasha was hitting the backstabber.
Like, even that little flip with her hair that she made Sasha do that flip. Yeah. I'm like, okay, shoot, Rapunzel.
No, I had to give it to him. Out of all the matches, I want to say that one was by far my favorite of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. It was.
They put on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, before we move on. Belt swap.
Gonna have to be a belt swap now.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte didn't lose to Bianca on Monday.
Nope.
And then Becky retained, and she's going to stay on Raw.
So they're going to swap the titles.
Unless they do an open challenge, which I hope they do not.
Nah.
Because the thing is, who on SmackDown? Shayna's on SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to do that because Monday Night Raw kicks off. Yeah. Monday Night Raw kicks off the...
Friday.
Oh, Friday. I'm sorry. Friday. I keep forgetting that today's Thursday. I'm so used to watching pay-per-view on Sunday.
Becky's probably going to show up.
But with the draft being solidified,
Charlotte going to show up with the...
They can definitely do, hey, we got a surprise match. We got a women's title shot.
Nah, Charlotte is going to show up. I watch. Charlotte's going to show up Friday with the blue belt.
You think?
Yeah. They're just going to swap the titles.
They're not going to do it on TV?
Nah,
like Street Profits said, they did.
What, when they handed over, they switch in the back?
Handed them over.
I don't think so.
Well,
they might.
How can she? They're not going to be back in time.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of the travel thing. They're not going to be back before SmackDown. And you remember every SmackDown after Crown Jewel, they show a recap of what happened at Crown Jewel, and then they have their other matches for the people who didn't travel.
I was about to say it, so I guess Roman ain't going to be there tomorrow then.
Nah, he's not. Unless he got a private jet.
Which probably did.
Unless they're filming SmackDown in
Nah, they're not.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Mm-mm.
I know sometimes they do, but
yeah,
they're not.
So, I mean, you got to think, because it was 12 p.m. for us, but it was nighttime for
well,
us.
they could. I mean, if you think about it, they could.
They could.
If they jump right on the flight right after their match, I mean, yeah, they'll be back in time.
That's even with COVID tests and everything included.
Well, I mean, they got to get the COVID test before they get those COVID tests. as soon as they touch down, because you gotta have it.
Yeah.
What I remember when I went to
Well, they gotta
Mexico,
have it before they leave.
we had to have
Saudi
it,
Arabia.
we had to have it 48 hours before a flight back.
Mhm.
So you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure as soon as they touch
After
down,
the match, swab his nose.
yeah, they had to do their COVID test before they come back. So I mean, if you think about it, because you gotta think about it this way. I know it's all topic, but like, I be watching when you watch football, and people be thinking like, oh, you know, they're in another state. As soon as the game is over, they shower, jump in the van, and straight to the airport, and then they're back.
Yeah.
So I mean, well, I don't know how long the flight that is. I want to say at least 9-10 hours. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could be back in time for SmackDown if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
They're gonna be tired as hell though.
Yeah, jet lag like a mug.
All right. Well,
Now to finish it.
moving on to the main event of the afternoon. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship.
First of all, before we start talking about this match, all right, I do not like this goatee wearing,
I love it.
whatever that hairstyle, mullet, ponytail thing is that Goldberg has in his head.
Brock.
Brock, yeah, I see. I just.
I'm rolling with it. I wasn't really fucking with it at first, but I like it now because it's different.
Well, okay, so let me ask you: if he had the hairstyle, right?
The crop top that he normally rocks.
No. If he had the hairstyle that he has now, the ponytail.
No beard.
No, the ponytail. But he just decided to wear like jeans and some boots. Would you appreciate it more?
I think I would, yeah.
Yeah, because he looked like a Shawn Michaels, a built ass Shawn Michaels. I'm just joking. But not, he's supposed to be like country strong, right?
Yeah.
So,
and this is the best shape Brock's been in a while.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that next, that you could tell how much weight he lost.
he wrestled.
Yeah.
He actually did some stomps. I guess he's going to get a new version of the damn head of the table.
I mean, we still got 30,000 suplexes, and we still got 20,000 Superman
We
punches.
started out different as a different type of match between them, but it ended up being the same type of match they always have.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. Oh, you could tell once they got fatigued, they went to the old same
One
shit.
of these days, we're gonna have to have a discussion about who's Brock Lesnar's best rival. Roman might be up there now.
After this match,
this is like what they fourth or fifth match.
Yeah, after this match, I think you might have to put him up there
as like one of his top 3 rivals.
Yeah, I would say that definitely.
Yeah.
If not number 1, because I can't think of nobody that he's fought.
Because every time they fight, it's always for the championship.
Okay,
that's true.
So his biggest rivals definitely right now Roman, Big Show,
Goldberg.
I won't put Goldberg as one.
I wouldn't put Goldberg because those matches were.
And I'm talking about even back then. Like
you have to put the Undertaker because he fought the Undertaker like three times.
They had a like a best of 7 going on.
Yeah. I said John Cena, right?
Yeah.
No,
you didn't.
No.
Brock Lesnar and John Cena. When he first came back.
Well, no, because you got to think about it. Before he left, John Cena dominated Brock Lesnar. I mean, he beat him like once or twice.
When he was Chain Gang, yeah, he did.
And then Brock came back and dominated the shit out of damn John Cena.
When he first came back in 2012, because John Cena won that match.
Yeah, I'm talking about the second time he came back.
Yeah,
when he stomped his ass out at SummerSlam,
and then he beat him and Seth at that at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, triple threat.
So I mean, we could definitely come up with a top 5, but I would definitely put Roman out of that top 5. He has to be number 1 or number 2.
Yeah,
off gate. And I mean, this outside of the triple threat match that Seth Rollins, threw himself in at WrestleMania, I have to say that this is probably the best that I've seen between them.
The best encounter.
Yeah. When it comes down to the whole match, the wrestling, everything. I mean, we already know what it's going to be. We knew it was going to be a suplex fest. We knew it was going to be a Superman punch, fest.
They over here talking about, so we're going to get 20 Superman punches.
I mean, we know that anytime they face off, that's how it's going to be. That's what we're going to get.
They just spam moves.
Yeah, but just a surprising aspect of seeing Brock Lesnar actually try like stomping him out and stuff like that. And then we got a glimpse of the old Roman going over the top ropes.
Yeah, I apprecited that because he flew
over the ropes.
It
he
flew.
He got some air.
Hey, he almost hit the side.
He did. They pushed it back.
Yeah,
just like he don't do the drive by like that no more neither.
I'm glad.
I like the drive-by.
Man, that was part of his damn 6 moves of doom, or whatever they call John Cena's moves.
I don't care.
I feel like
his 6 moves was better than Cena's.
It was. It was.
But and what was Kevin Nash's with the hair flip and
with
the elbow?
Yeah. But I mean, it was a good match.
Oh, and then another thing that like what you said, Jay, that makes it one of their best, if not their best, is the dynamic between them. Having Roman actually be the heel and Brock be the face.
Yeah,
that was
true.
All in the 1,000 matches they've previously had, it's always been Brock is the heel and Roman's the face.
I've never heard a crowd. Well, I have, but it's been a while since you've heard a crowd chant for Brock that loud.
But they were chanting both ways.
They were.
Believe it or not, in Saudi Arabia,
Roman,
the bloodline is a favorite over there.
No, it is.
Even when they were chanting the Usos and the whatchamacallit, like
the bloodline is dope.
But I mean, they were clearly chanting for Brock. At one point too, and I mean, like it's just the aspect of that. Like he said, to see the roles reversed, is crazy. And then, believe it or not, I can't actually believe I'm gonna say it, but. One, we didn't get interference from the Usos.
We did.
Oh, yeah, we did at the end. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got it. But the aspect of Paul Heyman.
That's the part that's very enlightening, and it goes into what we see in the future.
Oh, before you get into that, because I know we got stuff to say about that. Before you do that, I just want to talk about the way that Brock threw Charles Robinson. The way Brock threw Roman into Charles Robinson. And then he picked him up with one hand
and dropped him.
Like he was a child.
So I want to say whenever you watch people take out referees, okay, or the referees get themselves taken out,
it's like
there has been
some weak knockouts.
Some more dramatic cases, but this one probably I have to say is in the top 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
Roman landed on him.
That ref stepped all the way into that F5.
Yeah. Like you could see him inching, like he was trying to time it. All right, this is the part I'm supposed to go.
That was almost as bad as when Bobby Lashley went to go hit Goldberg with the kendo stick and froze with it over his head so that
you caught that.
I peeped that.
What happened was Goldberg dropped his kendo stick. He couldn't get his hands right, so Bobby was like...
No, he didn't drop it. He was just fumbling with it.
Yeah, it was like,
but
come on.
I'm just saying the pause that Bobby Lashley did with that kendo stick over his head. Yeah. I was like, okay.
If you notice, in that spot, what they normally do is like, even John Cena's doing AA or Brock is doing an F5 or whatever, the feet... when they turn them, the feet normally hits the ref. But the opponent doesn't normally get thrown pancake style.
If you look at all of the matches with the referees, when somebody's about to hit their finisher, the referee's position is always in front of them.
Yeah.
The referee has never stood to the side.
Yeah.
And then that damn ref did the electric slide into that shit. You can't. He did the whole electric slide.
Good look, Charles.
Into that damn F5. I gotta give it to him though. I mean, I've seen worse, but I mean, bruh.
But the one thing that, if you listen to older purists, if you will, they'll be like, or even I've heard New Age fans say this. When the referee is clearly not getting why does it take so long for another ref to come down?
Because something dramatic has to happen.
No, but I'm saying if you want to keep it realistic, why does it take so long for another ref to come down?
Because man, they got to get a ref, so the ref got to come back from the locker room, and then he has to run through the stadium, and then he has to. It takes time.
But it was time for the ref to get down there. He got his ass down.
Hey, that ref got some wheels on him, boy. I ain't gonna lie though.
Hey, hold up. Hey, that goes back to WrestleMania. When Charles Robinson had the longest, slowest run down to the ring.
He was getting it the way he could.
He almost tore his quads like Vince.
No, Vince tore his quad trying to jump into the ring.
Right. Did you see how high Charles Robinson had to jump into the ring when he did that run?
I gotta go back.
He slid in it.
It's on one of our reels.
No, he did one.
But that ref at Crown Jewel, dude, he had to run like a 4-2.
Oh yeah, the new one.
Yeah,
I'm talking about pure.
As fast as he was in that ring, count 1, 2, 3, boy.
So,
but now to the
Paul Heyman aspect,
to the build up, right?
So before we talk, in the pre-match interview,
yes,
when they were talking to Paul Heyman,
yep,
and Paul Heyman was talking about how he's gonna walk in with the reigning, defending, Universal Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns, and then he was talking about, and I'm gonna walk out with the reigning, defending Universal Heavyweight Champion, but he didn't say Roman Reigns.
Facts.
Okay, that was your first hint right there, right? If you listen, you gotta catch on to these things, all right? And then the whole entire time, Paul was standing in the same spot for the entire match.
I'm talking about
no emotion.
None.
No emotion.
He looked nervous as hell.
So fast forward to the
It looked
end
like
of
he
the
was
match.
cheating on his wife, and his wife is about to find out.
No, it looked like he was at the restaurant with the mistress, and the wife was walking through the door, and he was in his mind trying to figure out what
should I go to the bathroom? Should I go to the table?
That's what it looked like. But no, so I like how they did it. Okay, because him just picking a side and then him either being right or wrong, to me kind of would have been like, predictable.
But you saw when the ref got knocked out, right?
He didn't know what to do.
No, he looked like, oh shit, it actually happened.
Yeah,
right?
so he was.
I had to make a choice.
Yeah, he was playing his choices.
Yeah,
you could see his face
because he's looking like.
And I gotta give shout out to Paul Heyman to this.
It was actually when Roman hit that spear. When Roman hit that spear after the ref got knocked
lifted
out,
the ref up,
yes, Roman hit that spear. That's when Paul Heyman was like, "Oh,
I got another one."
Paul Heyman is a master of his craft.
I got another
because
one.
I was watching that match, but I was focused on Paul Heyman's face, and I was like, "Damn, he's going through the stages right now. Should I pick Brock? Should I pick Roman?
Yeah.
He's going to Brock.
He's going to the stages of grief."
Yeah, like the match literally surrounds around Paul Heyman at this point.
I don't know if y'all thought this, but it was after I think it was when Brock hit his first F5.
Yeah.
And the referee was close to the edge. I thought Paul Heyman. No, I thought Paul Heyman was gonna pull the ref out when one of them hit when they finished.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
Because at that point you see him get close to the referee.
But if he would have did that, then that would have been him picking a clear side.
He would have had to do it twice.
Yeah, he would have had to do it again.
But then in Roman's mind, that's still picking.
That's
Brock's
still
side.
picking a side.
That's still picking Brock's side.
I love the way they did it because when he slid that belt into the ring.
You remember what he said?
And he said, "You know what to do with it."
And they both
looked at it. Hey, I said, "Oh, this is a
first of all, they're set
right
up
here."
Because how there was so much space and he's looking.
Hey, he got that.
And
Paul Heyman should have been in the league, boy.
Hey, bro,
he threw that thing right in the middle. That was a strike.
He needed SP for that because he looking at them. Shit. You know what? I gotta cover myself.
Yep. You
know what to do with it. I'm not gonna look.
Yep.
And then that can go for either one.
It can go for either one.
Exactly. Because they both looked at the title and looked at each other.
Now, what Paul Heyman can say, I can see the excuse that he can give, is that he saw the Usos on the other side, so he was setting it up for Roman.
Yeah.
I mean, he could give that excuse.
And what did I text y'all? I said, where the hell the Usos at?
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that ref go down, I was like, where the hell are the Usos?
But the timing.
The timing was perfect.
On that match. All the timing aspects about this match, how cinematic it was, which I'm not talking about like CGI cinematic, but just how everything played together. It was perfect. Like when Brock put Roman down, he had the belt and to turn around and boom, right into a double Uso kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
which of course only kept him down for like a second.
Of course, but it was long enough for Roman to get the belt and hit him with the belt.
Yeah.
You know what? It's whenever you're watching a match, especially wrestling, they want you so focused on the match, right?
Yeah. You gotta look at the surroundings.
You gotta look at the surroundings in certain matches, you know what I'm saying? Because you catch on to
especially
little
based
small
on the stories.
things. Yeah, especially based on the story.
Yeah.
So, like, just to see that, like I said, that little bit of extra effort that Paul Heyman gave, man, that tied the whole story in, and it made the match so much better.
But now, we get into his reaction after the match.
Because you saw Roman look at Paul.
And Paul
was looking at the ring.
Brock.
Yeah, no, he was looking at Brock. But what I'm saying is that when Roman took his belt from Paul, he turned around and he gave Paul Heyman that look. And Paul had his head down like, oh man, I really slid the belt in for Brock. But you know what? It worked out because Roman didn't really catch on to it. You know, you gotta go back and look at it.
Nah, yeah, I get it.
Look at the look that
but
Roman
when
gave
Roman first looked at him, Paul was looking like, shit, Brock's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
He's looking like, oh my gosh, did that really just happen?
Yeah.
Like, am I really safe?
Because my whole thing is, if you're Roman, if you really believed that Paul was on your side, Paul would be happy that you got the belt. He wouldn't be looking so worried.
But this is my thing too. And this ties all the way back around because Corey Graves, one thing that he said is that Roman is very smart and Roman will cover himself on the backside if anything was to happen if Paul Heyman decided to flip on him, which I feel like the Usos was a backup plan.
The Usos was the backup plan.
For Roman.
Yeah.
Roman set that backup plan
Yeah.
for in case Paul didn't follow through. So
I don't know. I'm hoping that
Paul Heyman getting kicked to the curve.
we running out of time, but I'm gonna say this before we end this. I hope that the Usos and I hope the Bloodline and Paul Heyman are gonna be on SmackDown. Because I'm very interested to see. This is one of those storylines that this is what got me like, okay, I definitely want to watch SmackDown to see how this plays out because I want to see how they approach Roman, and then I want to see how Roman approaches Paul, and you know the type of excuse that Paul Heyman is going to give up for everything that happened.
And Brock is a free agent.
That's all I'm about to say.
Yeah.
So do we see a number 2 coming?
We'll see him on SmackDown. They're gonna fight again.
Oh, they're gonna fight again.
They might fight a Survivor Series.
No, they're not gonna fight at Survivor Series.
That's gonna be Big E.
I see Brock Lesnar getting his payback at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I see Brock Lesnar causing Team SmackDown to lose at Survivor Series.
He's going to cause some kind
or
of
joining Team Raw.
Or or Roman losing to Big E.
Well, you know,
Champion versus champion.
No, it's not gonna be champion versus champion at Survivor Series. It's
well,
gonna
he's
be
a free agent, so you can take them both out.
Yeah.
You remember Big E did give him a little bit of burn during Royal Rumble that year.
Yeah.
Even though Drew McIntyre won.
Drew McIntyre still kicked his head off at him.
He did.
I don't care what anybody says.
But yo, man, this was for the year. This was pretty.
This
much,
was their best pay-per-view
This
of the
was
year.
their best pay-per-view.
Best pay-per-view of the year.
Crown Jewel recap.
Yeah, hey man. So let us know what y'all think.
I think I still might pick Money in the Bank, but
Money in the Bank was good. Don't get me wrong.
I
I'm
really
not going to downplay Money in the
I really
Bank.
did like this.
But this one was, when you add up all the matches, this was their best pay-per-view.
I think
It wasn't as predictable as I thought it was going to be.
This is their best pay-per-view with the best feuds. I'll put it like that. Best storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, let us.
You got Mansoor. It's always going to be.
All right.
Let us know what y'all think about the Crown Jewel if you took watch into it. And we'll be back next week. This is JD, a.k.a. Mr. Mic Drop.
This your boy Jay, a.k.a. Mr. Rant.
And this is Trey.